Having a college degree doesn't make anyone better than anyone else. It does mean that you have had more access to information than someone who just has their lived experiences to build off of. We are in an age where the ability to mold reality has been escalated exponentially. Our ability to mold and shape what is understood as reality is the crisis of our lifetime. That is why AI in particular is an entirely new beast when it comes to its impact in comparison to any other preceding media. Mass media monopolization by the billionaire class has been such a deliberate choice through neoliberal and farther right conservative political agendas that now, since the algorithmic social media era fueled by data, the billionaire class has gotten their grubby little hands on their ability to manufacture deep fakes and generate completely fictitious ideas of what has happened so that we cannot know here from there. Ever since education actually became more equitable in any sense of the word, since the 70s and 80s, while debt climbed, there has been a power struggle of information. And that's why there have been such concerted agendas to delegitimize more diverse lived experiences. Because that power struggle is something that they see was power falling through their fingers like sand, especially since TikTok. And why Trump, his friend, ushered in him buying the datafied network of TikTok. That's why Ellison Trump and Netanyahu are friends. These BFFs are so deliberately constraining our idea to understand what is and isn't reality after we watched a live streamed genocide for the first time in human history. If they can convince you that a sickening, disabling, and deadly virus doesn't exist and get you to watch a live stream genocide and get you to actively believe that both parties don't promise the billionaire class that nothing will fundamentally change, they can convince you of anything. Because having a degree doesn't make someone better than anyone, and people who are weak will use their degrees to make themselves feel better. And they know that we live in such an emotionally stunted society that has been deadened by colonial capitalist belief sets, that we associate emotional and embodied knowledge as weakness so much, and we are so afraid of carceral and militarized weapons that we will fall in line, even in instances of a viral illness and genocide. And that's why we need to become re-embodied again. That's why we need to redistribute the wealth of the billionaire class so that we are not in a position of vulnerability anymore. And anyone that says that we can't is a fucking liar. That's why I published my newest book the day before Trump was in office again.